All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wadash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. We are in that time, so marvel not. Family, friends, even brothers. As the scripture said, some of them are going to deliver us up. But I want to stick to the brotherhood because, I always say this, because that's how, the Lord is all about theater. That's why his name in the New Testament in the Greek is Theos, as it goes into the word theater. It's a lot of things that people think they don't know nothing. So you might have brothers that you cool with. Y'all spirit mesh. Oh, that's a man of the Lord right there. He could be an agent. That brother that you don't mesh with. I don't know about him. He could be a man of the Lord. Because you got to understand, when you read the scriptures, it talks about crept in unawares. And it talks about agents. It talks about people spying out our liberties. So if it's agents in a camp, which the scripture said it is, that means they're going to be very good. They're going to know scriptures. They're going to be very brotherly. They got a job to do. And of course, they got to play out their lot. And the Lord is perfect. So a brother that you may think is a brother may not be a brother. So it said, therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it's evil time. Talk about now. As it says in 2 Timothy 3:1. In the last days shall come peerless times. Now, this scripture is talking about, your everyday life, telling your family and friends, which we all done in the beginning, but it's no more of that. It don't even matter when it's obvious. They're going to come to you. You trying to warn people, you still trying to engrave this truth into their head. All you doing is making unnecessary problems for yourself. Because first of all, they ain't going to get it. You're going to get vexed. And then, oh yeah, I forgot he in that cult. So they about to come down with persecution. So now you just reminded them who you really are. So you don't want to bring unnecessary problems to yourself. Just continue to do the work. Live as Clark Kent. When you're on the highways and byways, that's when you rebuke and reprove. But in your everyday life, man, you just, you going alone to get along. So going back to the, the brother thing. I mean, this is why you have scriptures like this. Take heed every one of his neighbor and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant and every neighbor will walk with slander. So this is the type of situation that we have to be mindful of. You're supposed to have your eye on everybody, but not to the point that you get bugged out and now everybody's an agent. Some of that stuff you ain't really supposed to worry about it because the Lord, said this through Paul. But before I get that, let's read it again. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor and trust ye not in every brother. So just because you mesh with a brother, just because he say Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Shalom. And of course, the agent, he should be diligent. He got a job to play. When you watch those movies about insiders, they seem like they down, right? And you can't tell because that's their job. And like I said, that's the lot that they got to play. What a horrible lot to play, but that's the lot that they got to play. So you think the Lord going to allow him to be seen or noticed? He got a role to fulfill, like we got a role to fulfill. Unbelievers got a role to fulfill. The prophets got a role to fulfill. Agents got a role to fulfill. Everybody got a role to play. So don't bug yourself out thinking that everybody's an agent. Just be circumspect. And then if you think somebody an agent, keep it to yourself and just have your eye on them. Because at the end of the day, you cannot outdo the Lord's script. The scriptures that I'm going to end it on, because this video ain't going to be long. The Lord is telling you that your brother going to deliver you up. Say your brother going to deliver you up. Your brother in the scriptures is talking about your fellow Israelite man that's on the highways and byways with you. So But let me get that in 1 Corinthians. The Lord is the one that's going to do all the manifesting. So it said, therefore judge nothing before the time. And you got men who are guilty of this. Until the Lord come, who both will bring light the hidden things of darkness, which means that the agent is going to be in the camp until the Lord manifested. And guess what? And that's at the end of the end. The way he going to manifest it is your ass getting delivered up. That's why every brother should know where you live. Shouldn't really know, certain brothers you gonna mesh with. That's spiritual, But when it comes to like the whole camp and every brother, no, they should not know where your whereabouts is, where you live, You got to be circumspect in this thing. You got to walk with wisdom. Because the scriptures, see, you can't be offended and you can't say that you don't know, because the scriptures cover all bounds. So say, until the Lord come, who will both bring light the hidden things of darkness, and will make manifest the counsels of the heart. And then shall every man have praise of the Most High. Because the Lord coming back to expose everything. Who is a real brother, who is not. All right? Because it don't even have to be you an agent. You just not a man of the Lord. You just can be a person who going through the motions. Your spirit ain't right. You could be a man who's in a camp, been in there for years. But you could be, a lackadaisical. You could be not diligent. But you show up to camp every week. That's your diligence right there. But all during the week, you're just a regular man. All right? So, everybody's not an agent. That's why I said, therefore, judge nothing before the time. Because the Lord's movie got to play out. Now let's get into it. The ending on these sets of scriptures, because this is basically the ministry in a nutshell. These scriptures right here. Matthew's 10 goes into, starting from 1 all the way down. It's a bad chapter. So it said, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, harmless as doves. That's why that Wi-Fi and the Palestinian brawl was stupid. Because first of all, the scripture says that a soft word turneth away wrath, and grievous words maketh wrath. They did a total opposite. They was antagonizing. They wanted smoke. They wanted drama. That's not a spiritual man. Scripture says that a sinful man will stir up strife. All right. So you're supposed to understand that, it's not wise to start arguments. It's not wise to get the ministry blamed. If you knew the scriptures, you would be always having this in the back of your head. I'm out here to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, not my own belly. And I definitely don't want to bring no blame to the ministry, because all you're doing is making it easier for them to point at as they call us, the black Hebrew Israelites. All right. Matter of fact, Proverbs 29:9, it says that if a man contend with a foolish man, whether he laugh or rage, there is no rest. So it's no rest in debating scriptures with a person, especially a heathen. It's not even for them. But let's continue. So it said, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. So it said, beware of men. This talk about agents, your brother, your family. So these are the things that you have to meditate on, because these things are going to happen because it's written. It happened back then. It's going to happen now. So it says, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. All right. And it said, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak. So the Lord going to give us a mouth of wisdom that the adversary cannot gainsay nor resist. And he already doing that right now. When we go in the highways and byways, heathens can't come up against us. That's why you got to eat this roll. You got to know what you're talking about. You can't just put on a garment, get a sign, and you can't break nothing down. So the Lord already gave us that mouthpiece. So how much more at the end? So don't be meditating when they grab you up. Man, I'm going to say this to these devils when they grab me. No, the Lord said he already going to put it in your mouth what to say. So it says, for it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother, see, agent, a person who you thought was your homeboy, person who been riding with you from day one. This is a possibility. These are the things you got to be mindful of. All right. So say this again as a disclaimer. Just because you have a brother who seemed to be a man of the Lord it seemed like man, this is my brother right here. Our spirit mesh, man. This is like my best friend. This is my brother in the truth, man. Don't believe that he cannot be an agent. All right. So, and the brother should deliver you up, the brother to death. The brother should deliver up the brother to death, the father the child. So you also got it like going back to the family. All right. Going back to the family. They already don't like what you're a part of because you forsaken this world. They're still in the world. They offended. All right. So your literal brother, the one that came out of your mom's womb with you, or your dad's nutsack, and your actual brother in the truth. All right. So it says, and the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And as a matter of fact, when you go all the way down in this chapter, like Matthew 10 and 34, it said, 34th verse says that, the Lord is the one that's going to send a sword. Matter of fact, let me just get that real quick and then come back. Just to show you that this is the Lord's doing. He's separating the sheep from the goats. Then think not that I have come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set the man at variance against his father, the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And man's foe should be they of his own household, and the man's foe should be they of their own household. What is your first household? The brotherhood. All right. So going back, verse 22. Verse 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child. The children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men for my sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you, fleeing you to another city, all right, which this already happened, because 70 AD, and we have not been back into our land as a nation since then. And then it was only the southern kingdom and the sprinkling of the northern kingdom, because the northern kingdom was already on the side of the world in the Americas. And it said, for verily I say unto you, you should not have gone over the cities of Israel until the Son of Man be come. Let's talk about us as a nation, which shows you that the Lord is going to bring us over there. The last time I checked, who the world ignorantly called Jesus is not here. So that's why you see in war in our land, those heathens, they're not supposed to be there. But that's a whole nother lesson. But so the point is this, is that don't marvel. The Lord told us that these things are going to happen, So, hey, don't trust every brother. Just stay circumspect. But at the same time, don't bug yourself out thinking everybody is an agent. Because the Lord said he's going to manifest the hearts of men in due time. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And also, stop talking to your family, man. As we just got done reading these scriptures, your family going to turn on you too. You got to be mindful of that. Now, at the end of the day, if you got wife and children, of course, they know about your life. They know what you stand for. But best believe it's a possibility they could turn on you because we just read about it. But this is why you got to gird up your mind. That's what scripture says. You got to be prepared for these things. But also you have something, the best weapon, and that's prayer. Ask the Lord to have mercy upon you and your family. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and Shalom.